The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are The Bostonian versus The Book.
You covered! You covered 12! I covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus The Book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
And never. How are you, Brigade? What is up? A little bit later than normal for the Bostonian versus the Book. Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault live on Twitter and live on YouTube. Replay on the Sports Grid Network, and we will have the whole show inside the Sports Grid window today. Because welcome to in-season BVB. We got a lot of stuff going on right now. How are you, Mr. Sharapan, on this Tuesday? Good to see you, my friend.
Great. We kind of look like twins a little bit with this color shirts, and I wore the Muhammad Ali Rumble Young Man Rumble t-shirt that I picked up at the Las Vegas Fight Shop. You guys are in town. They got a lot of great stuff. That was a freebie for you at the top because those guys do really good work. You got me fired up because you sent a rundown that's loaded with stuff. You had me buried while you were at the open house. I'm reading articles. I'm looking at this thing, finding out the information for this in-game betting with the golf that has already been going on in other places. But I got the word of that while you were out.
Oh, good.
I got something to, I don't know when I'm going to do it, but we used to do it on Roll Call Friday.
I always get afraid when you do this. What
I know. I don't know if we're ready at the top, but we ain't got enough people here. We got to get the people here, the boys and girls in the chat. I tell them, go get them, go tell them, let them know it's time to go. And they're filing in right now. It feels like a Friday.
It does?
Yeah.
Why?
Because we've been going pretty hard in general with the calls and with the things and the meetings and this and that.
Yeah.
You got school starting tomorrow. I'm in day 2 of school start.
You are. How was the first wake up?
The first wake up, very exciting.
Oh, okay.
Day
good.
2, today.
Not so much.
Arguing about the hair, up, down, tie, this, that. What are you doing? You're not moving fast enough. What are you eating for breakfast? The chaos in this house this morning. I thought boot camp week, getting ready for the first week of school was hard. People with kids, guys watching the show, is there a worse week of the school year than the first week of school return after summer?
I think it's more than I think it's 2 weeks. They got to get into the routine. But you got
It
two college
stinks.
kids though. But you have 2 college kids though.
They're
so it's not
still
easier.
sleeping. I don't even know what
okay.
the hell they're doing.
All right. So it's just Kendall. Okay. I was gonna say
Kendall, Jessica,
right.
Mama can sing, and Grandma chiming in. I had to get out of the house. I just had to get out of the house. But I got a little surprise. We almost got enough people in here. We're just going to throw it on you because you haven't seen it yet, heard it yet, but a little bit of a wrap, I think, for the people. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, what? What do you mean? You're doing that right now?
I don't even know what the song's going to be. Did you write it or are you reading the lyric? Which one? Is this DJ Thump or is this you doing this?
No. It's a very famous rap lyric.
Oh.
So it's you'll know it. I think you'll know it. The people will know it.
Boston group. Are we arguing about that again as to who's from Philly, who's from Boston?
You were right. New Edition was from Boston. The boys were from Boston.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Boy, it was we're having the boys to men conversation.
No, you better get us into something quick here, and then maybe about halfway through we'll do a little musical interlude. All right, we'll have a wrap. Get to something we got to talk.
We found out yesterday through Awful Announcing and other people that Kevin Brown, the broadcaster for the Baltimore Orioles, had been suspended for comments he had made on the air. Now, for those of us who have been in the media for a long time, we all were waiting for, so who did he insult? Who did he say a slur about?
Right.
What racist comment did he say? What sexist comment did he say? Where is he getting canceled? Because this has been going on with broadcasters, whether it be, the Brenneman situation with the Reds or whatever it might be. So we all waited for the video. Video comes out. We all watch the video and we all go, that must have been the wrong video. They must have posted the wrong video. What's the video?
How many times did you watch the?
It took me 2 times. I watched it twice just to make sure.
I watched it 3 times.
And
I said, all right, maybe once. Maybe I missed it.
Yeah,
I
was like, what did I miss?
Watched it the second time. I said,
okay. He's talking over a graphic that states the Orioles had lost 15 consecutive series against the Tampa Bay Rays.
Facts.
This is a fact. This is not made up. This is not insulting. And he even went as far, Kevin Brown even went as far as to say that this season, the Orioles had fared better. They had performed better at the Trop than they had in previous seasons.
Yes.
Okay. Kevin Brown was suspended from the Orioles broadcast for those comments. He will not broadcast the rest of the week until, I guess they say Friday now, he'll be allowed to go back to broadcasting games for the Orioles to do his job because he talked over graphics. The thing that got me on this, Dave, was the fact that the graphic department put it up. They knew. Everybody knew. Nobody was under the impression that that was out of bounds to go into the media guide, the big packet that every team produces, and hand to the broadcasting team every day and says, here's the stats, here's the information, and they pull it, and that's how they get the graphics they put up on the screen. We're in a.
It would be like me looking right at the camera right now and going, Orioles suspend broadcaster for reporting the facts. Dave, you're off the show.
Dave, you're off the show.
You're off the show.
Right.
I think, in all fairness, I didn't read more into it because I saw it and I was like, there has to be more to the story. There has to be more. If there's not,
they asked the Orioles to comment and they said, we do not comment on personnel decisions. They did not even deny that they did it. It wasn't even like we had warned Kevin earlier in his broadcasting career with us that we don't appreciate none of that. Nothing, zero, no explanation, essentially confirming it by denying it as to saying we're not going to talk about personnel decisions. This is on Masson, which is owned by the Orioles and the Angelos family. They own the Mid-Atlantic Sports Network. So I guess they want propaganda TV. They just want everything's perfect.
In the chat, Jimmy Jack with 4Ks asked a very good question. How was the Masson producer and graphics team not suspended as well? Were they?
I don't know. My gut tells me they were. But can anyone do the game if they are? If you suspend the whole team, who gets actually sent? Who does the game? So the Orioles, because they're playing today.
It's a hard job. This media job is a hard job in general. But at least, like with us, I mean, you do the rundown. I look it over. I sometimes correct spelling mistakes. You've been really good with the spelling lately. You've been really on
I'm in school mode now. I'm back locked in.
You're really locked in. The graphics are the graphics, and we do the show. It's a hard enough job. And then we make calls, we book guests, we bring people in. All of that is hard enough. Then the guys that do the games, the prep work, like you said, and all this other stuff. This didn't seem like that type of thing. Is the job, how much harder is the job if something that you're saying that is produced and read right there and is actually the numbers gets you out? How hard is that job?
It's amazing because if you were like, I often say this, like when bosses get in the way of content, when bosses will tell producers to make hosts talk about something, to tell them to get off a topic, to step in on stuff, right? That's really hard for anybody who's broadcasting to have that happen midstream. And it happens all the time in this business without anyone really knowing that there's a tap on the shoulder that says, he can't say that. She can't say that. Well, what do you mean they can't say that? You hired them to do the job, right? Well, yeah, but I want them to do the job the way I want them to do the job. Well, wait a minute. You hired Kevin Brown, right? Well, yeah, but I don't want Kevin Brown to talk like Kevin Brown. Well, what do you want? I want him to say what I want. Well, then you do the job. If you know what should be said, you do it. The Angelos family should be the ones calling the game. If you know best, if you know how the game's supposed to be produced, if that's what you are, then get on the microphone and do his job because you think you can do it better than he can. And you can say, well, I gave him orders to not talk about those types of things. He did it anyway. Yeah, because he's doing his job. He's telling the story to the audience as to what the team is doing. Fire him. Don't suspend him. Fire him. If that's what you think is the right thing to do, he works for you. But to suspend him means he did something out of line, which is not what happened. Even if he was told to be rosy or be, hey, try to be as, pro Orioles as possible. He took an 0-15 number and spun it to the positive. He could have come on there and said, guys, the Orioles suck here at Tropicana Field. They're 0-15. This series, if they win one game, it's a win for us here. We suck down here. He didn't say that. He spun it.
I watched it 3 times. And I mean, with all this stuff going on and opportunity and different things that we have going on, it really made me think how lucky we are to do what we're doing, and thankful.
This is going to be the future, Dave. What has gone on here, and look, I want to tip a cap for me. Pat McAfee opened up my eyes to it, because now Pat's working for ESPN. Everyone's going to go, oh, it's how it used to be, but whatever. Now, for how Pat does it today, I saw what Pat was doing, and I went, that's the future. Because these people who have had talent under their thumb for so long, and I can't tell you, I learned the hardest of lessons when I was running a station. I had one job. I was in New Hampshire. My wife, ex-wife now, but my wife at the time was 7 months pregnant, and I got laid off. I had no other means to make money. I was running 2 radio stations. I was hosting Afternoon Drive. All of my income was tied up basically in one job. And I lost that one job. And my life went to hell because of it.
Right.
When one guy just decides to do one thing, he sold the company, and they said, blow everybody out. And I got 6 months severance, and I had to figure out my life until I wound up in Houston. That's how I wound up in Vegas. But that moment of not having any other options when one thing went away will never happen to me ever again. Like I swore to myself that until now, we don't answer to anybody here. We control everything here. I work as hard as I want to work. When we come in, we do the show, we do stuff after the show, we do meetings, but I'm not calling anybody to run anything by them besides you. And generally, you and I are on the same page as to what we're going to do and how we're going to do it.
But I think it works too, because you see things I don't. I see things you don't. We talk about it. We disagree. We argue, and then we move on. Like it's such a productive thing. And, these are the best types of relationships, personal and business, just in general. I think you have to be able to listen. I would have loved to be in the fly on the wall that said, you got to call and suspend this guy. For what?
Right.
Like,
what did he do?
You call. Like when people would used to come in a book and try to bet something, and I'd go and, when I was out front, I'd go call the risk room, or when I was in the risk room, I'd answer the call. And I'd be like, I would try to be as honest as possible because I was out the front line. But when somebody would tell me an answer, I'd be like, you go tell them that, because that's not fair. You call Kevin Brown and tell him why he's suspended, because I don't know why.
Oh, the agent, I couldn't imagine when the agent got that phone call. Like, okay, what did he do? Well, he said that we lost 15 straight series to the Tampa Bay Rays. Okay. What else?
We did.
What else? We have. No. He can't say that. Well, why can't he say that? Well, because we don't want that out there. Did it happen? Well, yeah, it happened, but he can't say that. Well, why can't he say
graphic
that?
which appeared on the screen? Speaking of appearing on the screen.
Yeah.
Again, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. There's this super chat thing now where you can come in and differentiate yourself with this comments or whatever. Perrault, this is the biggest one yet.
What?
All right. We just made who's on the $50 bill?
I just spent a $50 bill. I use 50s. You hate me because I use 50s.
Andrew
Grant,
Jackson, right?
Grant or Jackson?
Grant.
Is it Grant?
No, Grant.
Okay.
Crunchy Beaver.
He upped it to 50? Yeah,
5-0, baby.
Grant's on
5-0. Thank you, CB. He has a great comment here. Someone probably doesn't like him in the organization, such as life. We live in strange times. You can lose your livelihood for following the wrong person on social media, or liking a tweet or X or whatever it is nowadays.
Fair.
Glad I answer to no one. CB doesn't answer to anyone. He comes and shows up here, drops comments, knowledge. Appreciate you being here, sir. Thank you for that. We really appreciate that. It is Grant, by the way, on the 50.
Good.
The boys have answered the bell there. Sonic, Jade Al Bets. Thank you very much.
Tell us, do you bet with 50s? Because it drives Dave crazy when I bet with 50s. He doesn't like it.
I'm just telling you what they're saying about you when you go with the cash, with the 50s at the counter.
Does it spend the same is all I have to say.
It does.
So it doesn't matter.
You just know where to put it in a drawer.
Superstitious BS, man. It's like, my gosh, working with some of these dudes on Sports Grid, it's just, this is what I'm going. I'm like, I had to tell Zeno last night. I was like, dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm not buying, listening, or believing in any of the crap you're trying to tell me that I can't say, because the Red Sox were up 2-0 last night and they tied it at 2-2. And I said, I wouldn't have bet the game. And he's like, you just jinxed my bet.
Yeah.
No, I did not jinx your bet. I go, Red Sox are going to lose. They're going to lose. They're going to lose. Red Sox are going to lose. And then what turned around and happened? They hit, sorry, Will, a fucking walk-off grand slam. So, like, I didn't jinx anything.
And it was
nothing
the guy's
to do with
first
me.
home run.
Since 2021. I mean, Pablo Reyes doesn't hit home runs. He hit it off the GD foul. It was Carlton Fist 2.0. It was get it over. Doink off the foul pole.
Right.
Didn't have anything to do with me. Nothing to do with me. So, thank you, CB. Appreciate it.
There's a lore about the 50s. CBW said he's never heard that, why it's bad luck betting. It's a Vegas thing. I didn't know about it until I got here, but there's nowhere to put it in the drawer, so it's a pain. So people behind the counter don't like it. But the lore is that the horse racing players and things, they don't use 50s because Grant got assassinated. And it didn't end well for him.
They use 5s? Because the guy in the 5 got clipped too.
Lincoln did get whacked.
So what are we talking about?
Yeah.
It's such nonsense.
I'm just telling you. I'm just reporting the facts, sir.
Right.
I'm just telling you.
The facts are that Lincoln got shot back of the head while he's watching a play. So which is worse? I don't know. Did Grant, is he the one that lost in the duel? He did the duel and got shot?
I personally don't know Grant's story.
Maybe
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. But yes, but it's such baloney. It's such a hot air nonsense.
Raymaker Lou asked a follow-up question to the Orioles discussion. We'll get back to the Red Sox here in a second. Yeah. Do you think anybody that's an Orioles fan was upset with that? Like, what if
100%.
you really watch the Orioles broadcasting, you appreciate and like Kevin Brown? Do you think they're upset?
100%, because they're embarrassed.
Well, no, they're upset that he got suspended, but do you think they were upset with what he said?
No. They're in first place. They have 70 wins. They're the only American League team that have 70 wins. Oh, well, Texas just tied them, I think, right? But they have an unbelievable shot of getting the 1 or the 2 seed in the postseason.
Correct.
There is no one in Baltimore upset about watching the Red Sox and the Yankees be way behind their baseball team. And the Rays are the team they're contending with. And everyone knows that. There's not, if you're an Oriole fan that got angry that Kevin Brown pointed out their record in Tampa and spun it to a positive, saying the team's playing better now down here, you're not a fan. You're just, you got something wrong with you. You don't like Kevin Brown. Like, I agree with the comment that someone inside the organization, the Angeluses don't like the guy. That's what I think is my read on it. He's dead. He's done something. Hasn't played ball. He's a prickly personality. I don't know the guy from Adam, but to suspend him for telling the truth and reading the facts that are what the team is doing, that's why I think they were going to suspend him for a long time. He's back on the mic on Friday, but I think the pressure that came from the public and the media has caused the team to go, all right, make it a 6-gamer or 5-gamer or whatever, and he'll be back on Friday.
Mr. C, Chris Covey just said DOB went absolutely ballistic on the Nesson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they all did. I mean, look, this is what happened. Dave Brown went off on the Red Sox. Michael Kay went off on the Yankees. John Sterling went off on the Yankees radio broadcast. I forget. I'm sorry. The guy who calls the White Sox, who works for ESPN, guy with the glasses, I'm forgetting his name. He went off on it as well. Like Major League Baseball broadcasters every night, all last night started cracking jokes and ripping the Orioles for what they did. I mean, I guarantee Major League Baseball picked up the phone, and whoever's in charge of media and who's in charge of the broadcasting relationships for MLB was calling Masson, calling the Angeloses and saying, you got to fix this. This is a really bad look. Like, this is not what we want to have happen. Like, You can't suspend somebody for telling the truth and reading a factual thing on the screen.
Yeah, that's that's a really, really fine line to walk and to have to do the job and have.
Right. He should quit, but it's a good job, and there's only 30 of them. So
Right.
like that's the problem. Like
Worked your whole life to get
right?
that job.
Yes. As a minor league broadcaster, you've taken buses to the worst cracks of hell in this country to call games on probably cell phones and single A short season and like press boxes with flies and no AC. Like you've paid your dues to get to Major League Baseball most likely and most often. To give it up is hard as hell to do, but it would be great to see him walk and just be like, screw this. Goodbye. I'll find something else to do. I'm not working for these people anymore.
Jay Dalbetz just came in the chat and said Mohegan Sun and Foxwoods in Connecticut don't use 50s either unless they're given to them.
Oh, they don't even get them out.
No.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah. All you guys are just a bunch of nonsense people. Ridiculous. Red Sox walking off with a grand slam against the Royals yesterday, cooling off the Royals for a little bit. But I don't know. I still think that win, though, I told you on Sports Grid last night about it. I think that was a palate cleansing win for the Red Sox. That turns the page. That lets everyone kind of move on from what happened over the weekend with Verdugo and how pissed off everybody was at him and Cora and everything else and getting swept by Toronto. To lose that game being up 2-0 if they had lost to the Royals, that could have really sent the season into a tailspin.
Oh, it's a big win.
Yeah.
It's one win, but
it's a big win.
At the timing of it, the way they won after that weekend where would they give up 100 runs over the weekend?
Much, yeah.
I mean, I
13
don't know
on Sunday.
Somebody checked the math, but
it was 13-1 on Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday was not the Red Sox best moment. So, but I mean, you did see it, right? JC from KC's here. He's always here. We appreciate you being here.
He's
JC
still whining about
KC.
the check swing. Don't give up a walk-off grand slam. It doesn't matter.
It was
I don't care.
a swing.
I don't care if it was or it wasn't.
It was a swing.
Don't give up a walk-off grand slam to Pablo Reyes.
He was out.
Don't give up a grand slam.
Did you see the ump came in like, what? What are you asking? It was a strike. Like the Kansas City manager just put his hands up and said he swung. It was a full swing. Like, can't we ask for help on that?
It's so not like neither team's going to the playoffs, so it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter. Unless you had money on the Royals, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it was a swing.
Whether it was or it wasn't, it was a missed call, blown call. Don't give up the grand slam.
I had this discussion
off
on a
grand
show
slam
with Cody Decker.
Okay.
He told me about the trick, like about the end of the bat. They look at the end of the bat.
Right. To see where it is. Right. Yeah.
The end of the bat was up by the pitcher's mound.
If it crosses the plate, it's a strike.
He went like this and then brought it back. He put his head down like he knew he was out. Oh,
don't give up a walk-off grand slam.
That's a rough one.
Don't give up a walk-off grand slam.
Congratulations, Red Sox. You won, and you get to keep it moving.
Angels are now 0-7 since I said that they would finish 8 games out. They are now 8 games out today of a playoff spot. I was way short. I should have said 16 because if they don't win tonight,
I mean, this is like they were supposed to win that game last night.
I went to sleep. I bet the Giants. I thought they lost. It was 3-2 in the 8th inning. They won 8-3. The hell happened in the bullpen in the 8th and the 9th inning?
Well, it was 3-2
Angels.
Yeah, with an out. I mean, like they're supposed to close that game. I was watching it, and then there was a walk, and I was like, okay, that was bad. And then the fly ball to left field, and Grichuk is in left field, knowing the situation. Let the ball drop and throw it to third and keep the bases loaded. Instead, he goes and dives for the ball. Doesn't get it, and it goes to the wall. So not only does the runner from second score to tie it, the runner from first scored to go ahead. And then
Bears.
The floodgates open like the meat curtains, boys. Boom, boom. and the Angels lose again. Joe C. The job is easy for Joe C. Myers with the tweet every day. They lose again. They keep losing. They're going to be out of it before my birthday on Saturday.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
And they're going to go and get a conditional draft pick for Shohei Ohtani when he walks out that door. Unbelievable. Do they win today, though?
Leaving.
He is leaving.
Oh, you're convinced this is it?
Bet me. What do you want to bet? Shohei's gone. Dinner. I'll bet you dinner Shohei's gone.
We just pick up the checks for each other all the time. I'll wear. All right. If we know that he leaves before the Patriots and Steelers game, I'll wear the Patriots stuff.
You like the Patriots stuff. It's not even hard for you to do.
I like the hat. I don't like
it's not even hard.
I've had a talk with Kevin down at the Ravens guy, the supervisor.
Yeah, you got to wear a Raven. You have to wear a Ravens jersey.
That's pain. I told him I'm not wearing
that's
Ravens
the bet.
stuff.
That would be the bet. If that happens, Shohei leaves, you got to wear the Ravens jersey.
Maybe I'll get something Cleveland Browns. Oh God, that's the real one. That's the pain right
Text
there.
your wife and say we're on it. We're all good. Jess is getting
texting
upset.
her right now. Please, I'm doing the show.
She's getting upset with us.
Show. I don't want to get involved with her right now.
She's texting us right now. She's sending us text messages saying we're not doing our job. We have to do our job.
Oh no, really?
We missed a phone call and we missed a text. We saw the text. We didn't see the phone call.
Okay,
but
we'll get it.
It's going to be chaos. If you're watching the show on Twitter, if you're watching the show on YouTube and you're in town for Bet Bash, we got you. Okay. Just understand that we love that you want to use the Brigade Proxy service. It's awesome. We're going to 100% take care of you while you are here. I promise you. On your schedule, when it works for you, it'll work. Not on our time, your time, except when it's this time because we can't talk to you during the show. So.
Right. We're usually off though. Right now, we're usually done.
That is true. We're normally off.
So in fairness, we're done by 12:30
normally
much every day.
Fair.
So
that's a fair
in
point.
Fairness,
yeah.
Wow, breaking news. Jimmy Jack said you will have to wear the umbrella hat at some point. We're gonna get you.
I told him to mail it to me. You got to mail it.
WV Punch Drunk 1 just wanted to announce that he got his confirmation for his Masters ticket payment, boys and girls. He finally won the ticket lottery. We have a guy.
We met someone who won that.
Masters.
He won that. I mean, go buy a lottery ticket. That's you're running
goodness.
Right.
Congratulations.
You know how many people I know
who
have had like 25 and 30 year nothing streaks of trying to buy tickets to the Masters? That's pretty good.
Blue Spader said, "Don't make that bet, Dave. You're not wearing the Patriot stuff." There's certain things people from Pittsburgh, man, they don't play. They ain't wearing a Patriot. The brown stuff, though, that would be the worst. The purple would look good, but
I'll make you wear the elf costume.
That might be my Halloween costume. How about that?
Oh, that could work. The Twins have won 5 in a row. They're 5.5 games up on the Central now. Do you think they can win a series in the playoffs? I mean, they're going to play the top wildcard team
in a 3-gamer.
Whoever the top wildcard team is, they're going to face.
What do we match them up with? Gray at the top, right? Gray gets game 1. If they clinch.
Maheda too.
They could. Yes, they could win a 3-game series. I forgot about it, but St. Louis was beating Philadelphia down to the last out last year as the NL Central team,
right,
to beat the Phillies. And then there was a wild pitch or a pass ball or something, and then a run scored. And then it was all, Phillies ended up winning that game and moving on. So a 3-game series, I think they can. After that, I don't know if we can count them as a serious contender to win it all, because then they can't set up the pitching after that. It's so big for the team to win a 3-game series in 2 games, because then you get that extra day off. The other series goes on, and then you can maybe set up where your ace goes twice. The problem with a team like Minnesota is they got like one top guy per se, and then they got to rely on the bullpen to get them. So I don't know. You think they can?
No, I'm not buying in yet, because most likely they're going to play the Rays, and I think they'll be in trouble.
Are they going to win the Central?
Yes. Twins are, yes. Guardians are done, I think.
Guardians are done?
Yeah, I think they're done.
That's it?
Yeah, I think the Twins will win. I mean, this is a hot streak combined with a Guardians cold streak. that could put some serious distance between the two of them. 5.5 is a lot here. I
So
mean,
Twins got Detroit. Erod today. Erod's going to win today.
yes,
Erod's winning that game today.
he is probably. I was going to bet it, but I bet him last game and he didn't perform well. So
Cleveland gets Kikuchi with Bibby.
yeah, the Blue Jays are.
They're home dogs today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, Jose. He got 3-game suspension.
He got a 3, and then Anderson got a 6.
Anderson got a 6 for getting
Knocked
knocked
them
out.
I still love that people tried to say he slipped. Like, did you see how they had to carry him off the field? That he was just falling backwards. He didn't get knocked out. His legs weren't working, guys. They had to help him off.
Yeah, there was really people talking that he slipped.
Oh yeah. He was just falling backwards. That wasn't really a punch. That wasn't really a knockout. Yeah, it was. And I still can't believe that he hit him with the inside. He hit him with this.
Right.
He didn't hit him. He didn't hit him with
like that a little bit.
He clubbed him. He hit him with a club.
Right.
Which was on the chin. A club has a lot of momentum. That's how you knock him out. But you also can break your hand doing that. That's a really bad way of punching somebody. You can break all the knuckles in your hand doing that. But you get it on the right. I mean, there's a point
like
on your
slap league kind of
correct
with a closed
fist. Exactly. Because there's a point in your chin that only needs 4 pounds of pressure to knock you out. So if you get anywhere near that point.
Wait. What? There's a what?
There's a pressure point on your chin that it only needs 4 pounds of pressure to knock you out. It's the nerve. You lose consciousness. But
I love the medical portion of the.
You got to find where it is.
Dr. Perrault. This is a fact, or this is your opinion?
No, there's a point. Everyone's body has a point where if you hit it right, their lights go out. Like snap, goodbye. It takes very little pressure to do it.
I wonder where mine is.
You box and you might find out. Some people will find out where that is, but it's hard to find on some people. Some people have, that's why they say they have a glass chin or they have a granite chin.
Oh,
that's where that comes from.
Okay.
So if it's wherever that nerve is, that if you hit the nerve, it stops blood to the brain. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
So that's what happened to Anderson. He got clipped on. He got clipped on the right. He hit him, but he hit him hard enough that I think he would knock him out anyway. But yeah, there is a pressure point in your chin that can knock you out like that. So, I was laughing.
I didn't know that.
He got clipped. Marlins have lost 5 in a row.
They're getting clipped.
Seriously, 1.5 games out of the wild card. This looks like as we progress here in August, we're starting to get a pretty good picture as to who's going to be the wild card contenders. Like the Red Sox and the Yankees are falling back quickly. It looks like it's going to be Seattle and Toronto to battle it out for that last spot. And it looks like the Marlins continue to play their way. They've won 3 of their last 10 games. They've lost 5 in a row. They brought back Perez off the IL. I thought, okay, young kid coming back, to be fired up. He got hit hard last night.
Yep.
And they lost.
Yep.
What do you do here? You can't shake up the team much. They can't score. And when they're not pitching, they can't win.
Facts. That's about summed it up. You're running out of games as we get into August. You're just running out of games. So big series against Cincinnati. This is a playoff series, essentially,
Huge.
Right?
Yeah. Huge. And they're not performing well.
Weaver has been an over
every game.
But the
Marlins
Reds hit when he pitches. They win when he pitches.
But the Marlins can't hit.
So
team
Reds
total Reds,
under?
but
I mean the Reds plus money tonight. I can't. This is outstanding. I am now looking at the baseball lines literally for the first time today because I've been running around, meeting people, and talking, and I just looked down the rundown, and I looked at the Pirate game, of course. I did the video this morning and all that other stuff. But
I'm fading your guys. I'm fading Keller hard today.
Over. Game's going over.
Game over. Braves money line. We're sorry, Brave run line. Excuse me.
Found a fun bet on the Bet Rivers app today.
What?
Number of home runs in the game.
Well, Keller has been an absolute machine giving up home runs over the last 4 starts. So yeah.
The number's 2.5.
Over.
Will there be 2.5 home runs today?
Over. Braves might hit 3 themselves.
If you guys are in a Bet Rivers app place,
Yeah.
it's available there. I don't know if it's available anywhere else. I'm going to be on MLB Network this afternoon. I'm going to check it between us finishing the show and
Nice.
then because I'll throw them a prop because I don't really do the props. But I saw it today. Keller's given up a home run in 6 straight starts, giving up at least one.
Yeah.
And pardon me for saying his name either correctly or incorrectly, but I believe it's Chirinos.
Okay, sure. You can say
for
it.
Atlanta.
Who pitched for Tampa, who got picked up.
Right.
Traded. Yeah.
He's given up 6 home runs in his last 7 starts.
Yeah.
The Braves, have you seen the team home runs?
Yeah, they are the best team in baseball by a ways.
By a long ways. Like the Braves home run props, do a show with another guy named Mike in New York. And he said he just bets the 3 Braves guys to hit home runs at plus 350.
Albies and Acuna?
Olsen.
Acuna.
Who else? And either
Albies or somebody else?
Albies, depending on the number.
Right.
And depending on the lefty-righty matchup.
Right.
He looks at that.
Yeah.
Austin.
I mean, Matt Olson could catch Ohtani for the home run title in the American League.
Oh, my.
It's possible. Wow. I think he's only 2 back, I think, of Ohtani for that race. So it's possible. And
Olsen is a machine. Mr. C just came in and
MLB.
said that.
Yeah, MLB. Sorry, not AL. MLB home run lead.
Right. Riley. That's who it is.
Thank you, Riley.
Thank you,
Austin Riley.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah. Austin Riley.
This chat is huge. Guys, if you really do yourself a favor and try to catch the show live and get in the chat, because we got a lot of people contributing and being a part of the show. We so appreciate you all. And the comments were flowing. Big congratulations from a lot of people yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw it, but 400 episode yesterday with Perrault. He actually was sweating by the time he was done. I mean, that was hilarious.
Whitrock's asking me, am I nervous about my over 76.5 bet? Not really, because of how many games we have left, but they may only win 78, 79. Like, they may be under 500.
It's still on pace I think it's on pace to finish at the number, is it not?
No way. No. That would be, hold on. They have 58 wins, right?
Yeah, there's how many games left? 49, right?
Okay, hold on. The Marlins are 58 and 56. So 2 games over 500.
58 and 56 is 114. So there's 48 games left.
Okay. So they would finish.
How many games below 500 are they right now?
They would finish 80, 2 games over 500. They finish, if right now they'd be 82 and 80.
Okay, so if they play 500 baseball, they'd finish 82 and 80.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you better hope they play 500 baseball.
When they're not playing 500 baseball right now.
Right?
Not even close.
So it's time to start. Yeah, it's going to be closer than a month ago. It was going to go over.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, look, what's still wild is the Marlins are 24 and 10 in 1-run games. They've tied for the most wins and tied for the least losses in Major League Baseball in 1-run baseball games.
Is that, without looking at the number, 34 1-run baseball games at this point in the season? Is that a lot?
It's a ton. It's one of the first. It's one of the top in baseball. But a lot of teams. But like the Reds have played in 45 of them. They're 24 and 21. So
45 1-run games. Now that seems like a lot.
It is, but that's why they're great on the run line.
Right.
Because they're not losing by more than 1 run, and they win. They're dogs, and they'll win the game. So I thought the regression for the Marlins was going to happen with 1-run games in the second half. It hasn't happened. They're still winning. When they win, they tend to win by 1 run.
And when they lose,
they lose by a lot.
It's by more than 1.
Right. So it's just a weird, it's a very strange season. It's a very strange team. I'm not nervous about the 76.5 bet yet, but I want them in the playoffs. I want that young team to be in the playoffs. It would be a lot of fun. But right now,
we'll put it in the chat. This is the first question for the chat. Do the Marlins make the playoffs? Yes or no?
Because I think they're better than the Padres. They're better than the Diamondbacks. But you've got Giants, Phillies, Reds, Cubs, Marlins, Diamondbacks, and Padres all separated by 4 games, or I guess 7 games, in 7 games total. So Giants are up by 7 games on the Padres, but they're 4 games out of the last wild card spot, which is held by the Reds, who have won 3 games of their last 10, and the Cubs have done the opposite, and the Cubs have been red hot, although they lost last night.
Right.
So, I mean, it's Reds hold that 3rd spot. Cubs are a game back. Marlins are a game and a half back. D-backs are 2 games back. Padres are 4 games back.
So far, it's a quick no, nope, nope,
Wow.
nope. Cubbies, no. Wow. Marlins.
I mean, the problem is this.
No one's even come close to saying yes.
The Reds have a negative 26 run differential. They hold the wild card spot.
Yep.
The Cubs have a plus 66 run differential. The Marlins have a negative 40 run differential.
Ooh.
The Diamondbacks have a negative 18 run differential.
Oh my.
And the Padres have a plus 63 run differential. So if it does continue to go this way, you would think that the Padres
is what?
Plus 63 run differential.
What the hell is their problem?
They're when they win by 100 runs, and when they lose by 2 or 3.
That's the sign of not a good team.
Yep, they're 3 games under 500. So I mean, that's, put it this way: a team that's 3 games under 500 is only 4 games out of a wild card spot. I told you this. I told you this in the preseason. You thought it was crazy. I said there's a chance that a team in the National League will make the wild card with an under 500 record.
It's not happening. I still don't think it'll happen.
Well, right now you have a team that's 60 and 55. They're 5 games over 500, and they currently hold the wild card spot.
Yes, they're going to be over 500.
They're on pace to, but
there's too many teams now. I think
it's going to be close.
It's going to be close. I mean, I said I thought you had to win 85 games to get into playoffs. You might now have to win 83. It's insane. But you still got it. That's the last playoff spot. That's what it is now. It's
83 and 79. You're a playoff team.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. You lose almost 80 games and make the postseason now. It's unbelievable.
Yes.
When we were growing up, you lost 79 games. You were like 15 games out. Like you weren't even close to the playoffs.
There was a time, do you remember when the Giants and the Dodgers, I think the Giants won 102 games and didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, the Pirates won 90 something and didn't make the playoffs. It's brutal. I just got a text from Lindemann. That can't be right.
But what?
This
thing.
He said he's asking if he can get an approval to offer the horoscope sign of the Super Bowl winning QB as a market. This is unbelievable. We got to get this kid on.
Is he's just playing with the?
I don't think so. I think that this is what you do when you're bored in a risk room, waiting for football to start. You start to come up with a bunch of different things that you think will be a hit. He said, do you think it'll be a hit? Was his question to me. I'm going to have to text him back and say, Matthew.
So Mahomes was born on September 17th, 1995, which is crazy because I just graduated high school. When Mahomes got born, I graduated high school in May of 95. He was born in September of 95. What horoscope sign is September? Mid-September.
Brother Doug is Virgo. Virgo, I think it's Virgo. Tell us in the chat.
Virgo, you're right. Yes. So that's a Virgo. So you would start the market with, minus 110, whatever the Chiefs odds are to win the Super Bowl. You would start Mahomes there.
Oh my gosh.
And go from there.
Are we serious?
I'm just saying that's what I would do. I mean, you want to build the market. That's how you would start doing it. It's the same bet of the Super Bowl odds for the teams, however, though. It's not really a interesting bet. It's just a different way of phrasing it.
Well, right. That's what and now Bear is texting me. I'm getting a good text. It said maybe do the birth state of the Super Bowl.
What state were they born? Because he was born in Texas, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen bets. There's a book that has the state of the team that wins the World Series.
Yes.
You get all the California teams.
Right. That makes
or
sense.
you get all the Texas teams.
That's a fun bet. Same thing with the
Right.
Super Bowl too. You can do that same.
You can
bet
do
with the
that.
Super Bowl.
We did that at CG.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was good. Wow, this is what you do when you sit around in a risk room waiting for something to pop up. Speaking of which, it's time. I got to do it. There's enough people in here. I posted a video of Rapper's Delight to Peter Jennings. The clips cut. It was outstanding. And it reminded me of the song that Rapper's Delight by Sugar Hill Gang is one of the best. Just, it changed everything. I remember hearing it and going, whatever that is, I want more of it. It was on a turntable. I had a big record cover. You guys don't even know what a turntable is. It was actually a record player. Perrault has one now. And
I do.
It was, it's fun. But Brommelkamp responded to the tweet with an answer. The kid next door to him is named Hank, and he calls him Big Bang Hank, and that was from Rapper's Delight. So I just said, you know what? It's been a while. I've, had some people say you need to do that a weekly segment.
No.
Reading rap lyrics.
Oh no. Oh,
yes.
No. Oh no.
We might have to do it for football.
No.
I don't know. But
No,
we're
no,
going to
no.
do it right now. Mikey Awesome, if you're here, we'll just, you do what you do afterwards. Sonic said be careful because, we're monetized now. We're not going to play music now while we're going to do it. But it's going to take 30 seconds. It's outstanding. Oh, that's the song. Cut it. Put me in the mood with the beat. Well, so far you've heard my voice, but I brought two friends along. And next on the mic is my man, Hank. Come on, Hank, sing that song. Check it out. I'm the CASAN, the OVA. The rest is FLY. You see, I go by the code of the Doctor of the Mix, and these reasons I'll tell you why. You see, I'm 6'1", and I'm tons of fun, and I dress to a D. You see, I got more clothes than Muhammad Ali, and I dress so viciously. I got bodyguards. I got two big cars that definitely ain't the whack. I got a Lincoln Continental and a sunroof Cadillac. So after school, I take a dip in the pool, which is really on the wall. I got a color TV so I can see the Knicks play basketball. Hear me talk about checkbooks, credit cards, more money than a sucker could ever spend. But I wouldn't give a sucker or a bum from the rucker not a dime till I made it again. Everybody go hotel, motel. What you going to do today? Say what? Because I'm a get a fly girl, going to get something and a drive off in a Def OJ. That's the kind of mood I'm in today.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Little
What are we
Rapper's
doing?
Delight. Had to do it. I had to do it. I've been waiting. I printed them out. I said, I'm going to practice this. Got to do it for the people, the brigade.
I need a sounder. This is going to be a new thing. I'm going to need I need like drops for like old school radio. Put like different.
That's how it's going to all end up. You know that, right? I'm going to be sitting in some cave talking about the fun old days of disco and all this stuff. That's how it's going to end. I'm going to be DJ Thump. That's going to be the retirement job. Daddy is at that thing again, playing that music that no one's listening to. I can hear the kids right now.
Oh, boy. All right. Moving on. FanDuel this morning and the PGA announced that they are going to offer a bet on every single shot starting on August the 10th for the FedEx Cup playoffs.
Where's my glass? Hold on. Hold on. Go ahead.
I mean,
why?
One, does anybody actually want this? Like, seriously, does anybody actually want to bet on every single shot in golf? Like, is it fair?
Somebody does. Somebody does.
Okay.
Yes, 100%.
What, a $5 bet? They're going to sit there and bet $5 a pop? Who's actually betting this in tournament, in round? Live betting markets. FanDuel will offer new live betting markets, including close to the pin, longest drive, number of birdies, and stroke-by-stroke bets. IMG.
I almost burst out laughing when you said stroke-by-stroke bets.
IMG Arena Golf Event Center will also provide FanDuel with an enhanced data visualization experience, whatever the hell that is. What is this?
So hold on. This golf shot-by-shot betting has been going on. Okay. Bet365 has had this.
Okay.
People have been, this has been available. But like everything else in this space, when it's new with FanDuel or new with DraftKings, it's new to the world.
Well, it's
We're
new in
starting it
America,
all
though.
over.
It's new in America.
It's been going on in America, not in these markets, but
Correct.
it's
Yeah.
been going on in
Yes,
America.
not in the legal markets, but yes.
That legal thing. You got to be careful with the black markets. Be careful.
Of course. Well, look, the black markets take betting on elections. So, I mean, like,
They take that over in Europe too.
yeah.
They've
So-
been betting on our elections for multiple elections.
Yeah.
It's big.
Huge. Oh, they think that's, I mean, there are bookmakers who believe that if they could book the election, that they would have a bigger handle than the Super Bowl.
It's not even close.
So,
It would dwarf it.
yeah.
It
So-
would dwarf it. Please, I might jump back in the ring if we could book the elections. That would be.
I hope that never happens.
Well,
Never, ever happens here.
man, oh man.
It's a bad.
just
I mean,
looked
I would be more. I think I'd be more okay with just the presidential because it's really hard. You can't fix the presidential. Sorry, Trump.
Right.
But you can. The local, statewide elections scare the hell out of me. Like if we can bet on your local House races and your
That's a
local
bad
Senate,
idea.
yeah, that's a bad idea. I'm not a fan of that.
That's a bad idea.
That makes me worried. Like no. But presidential, come on, yeah, I have no problem. If we wanted to have open betting on the presidential election, go ahead.
There were guys that I knew, still know, they're not gone from this world. They're just gone from doing this. They sent someone that I know around to golf tournaments, to be at the golf tournaments, to relay what happened to people making wagers way ahead of the feed, and learned how far the delay was, learned how to see.
Their motive, were they on the phone or did they text? How did they communicate their information faster than the feed?
We're saving that part for the book, Perrault.
Okay.
Okay. I got to be careful.
That would be interesting to see how that would happen.
Yeah.
My gut would be they'd be on an earpiece and they'd be walking around and they would just say,
just saying how
they'd
it
be on the
happened.
phone. Yeah, they'd be on the phone
yeah.
saying birdie, and you bet it. Par, birdie, drive a 400-yard, whatever, you stay on the phone the whole time, a 3-hour phone call.
They're gonna offer markets like closest to the pin on par threes, longest drives on par fives. It's basically what we do as men, idiots, whatever you want to call us, that golf. That's what you do,
right?
Like that's part of golfing for a lot of people. You ever get the guy that shows up and says, you go to play golf with him for the first time, and he says, we're playing for something, right? No, I'm playing to just get a low score. What do you mean? Well, I don't gamble, or I don't golf if I don't gamble.
Oh yeah, many people have played with like that.
Yeah. Like, hold on, I thought we were going out for 18 in the BS, and
I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I get the idea. I mean, what I say to them is, I say, fine, we're playing 50 cents a hole.
Oh, you lowball them,
Yeah, I don't play. I'm like, you want to play for money, and I'm not in the mood to play for money. You take $2 off me. It's fine. Let's go.
Right.
We'll trade it back and forth. Like
a 50-cent Nassau.
Yeah, just
50
come
cent
off
front,
and
50 cent back, dollar overall.
Yeah, just go
How
ahead.
about that?
That's what I do. I mean, like you have to play for money. That's fine. I mean, I don't have a problem with doing that. If I know you, like my buddies and I we'll play for cash games all the time, but most often it's for a bar tab. It's just it's after the round's over. It's who's buying the drinks. You owe me $20. All right, go buy me 2 drinks and we're good.
Right.
But yeah, that guy. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I get what they're trying to do. Try to keep the Fed. It's why the FedEx Cup playoffs are beginning next week. It's why they moved it away from football. It's why they want to wrap it up before football gets going in Labor Day and everything else. I understand it. It's still not going to work. People are still not going to be jumping up and down to watch golf this weekend.
This is not going to make even a casual fan a golf fan. What using the betting to grow the awareness of the sport and all this.
I will say this, okay? My only pushback to you on that is if one of these playoffs come down to a guy having to make a birdie to advance because they do it, the cut downs happen each week.
Yes.
My gut tells me people would be interested in betting, fading or following, fading or betting him to make a birdie or not on that last hole.
Bettors will.
Yeah,
100%.
I think people. I don't know. I think casual golf fans would. I think casual fans would be interested in doing that 1 or 2 times a weekend. Like it's like 1 or 2 bets. It's not like
maybe.
consistently.
Okay, on that level, maybe.
Yeah, but that's it. I think a casual golf fan who knows that this guy is at 31, like Justin Thomas last week. Okay, Justin Thomas, to get into the playoffs, he was sitting at 71. I don't know if he got there or not, but he had to birdie 18. He was chipping. He hit the pin. Ball didn't go in. He parred it. He didn't birdie it. So he was 71. He needed to get into top 70 to make the playoffs. I don't think he made it. That bet right there, I think people would make. I think they know he needs to make a birdie. Here are the odds. He's got to make a birdie. Does he get there? Yes or no? After the drive, does he make a birdie? Yes or no? Here comes the putt. Does he make it? Yes or no? That market, I think people would bet. Casuals.
Maybe. I think this really interests people that are already betting, but you and I have discussed this.
But golfers bet. Golf
exactly.
They bet.
Exactly. That's that.
We bet.
And it will open up that market to the legal books in jurisdictions here in the United States that maybe didn't see it before. So they'll be introduced to it.
Yeah.
But is it, we've talked about it so many times. How far ahead is it going to be?
Oh, not enough. It's going to be like
the golf.
The lag
could be
is
2 shots.
Yeah.
Like you're going to have to, I think.
It's here, right?
Turn it off.
The FedEx playoffs are here, right?
In Vegas?
Yeah.
We have a tournament here for that?
I think the FedEx playoffs are here.
Oh.
I think that's right.
Oh, the boys are putting it on Tyler Wyatt right now to put together a BVB golf outing. Could he do that? Oh my goodness. That'd be fun.
Yeah. So okay. So the format is the FedEx St. Jude's, the BMW, and the Tour Championship. Where are the golf courses going to be played at?
Live searching on the internet when we have a hard.
Sorry, I mean, because I swore
not good television.
I swore it was here. I swore that it was in Vegas.
Talking about. Do we need more events here? Seriously,
that's what I mean. Maybe it's next year. I know it's coming here.
Gosh,
because it doesn't say in this article for BetMGM it's going to be in Vegas, but because it's the FedEx Championship, and then this weekend it's the St. Jude, but that's in Memphis. Yeah, that's in Memphis, and then after that the BMW. I don't think the BMW is here. But anyways, let us know in the chat when Vegas gets involved in the playoffs. I think it does happen at some point. Vegas gets involved in the playoffs, but yeah, I don't know. It's all ridiculous.
It's a bit much. Let's just put it that way. And then the lag is going to be a real issue.
I would agree. Let's talk lags in terms of government, because the NFL is asking. They are asking Congress to help with the gambling issues. League pushes lawmakers to focus on illegal betting. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Okay.
Counselor Perrault, can you handle this? How do we do this? Because
the NFL spent the better part of 30 years demonizing gambling in every crevice and corner they could possibly find.
From the 60s on 50s on, like when they got Paul Hornung and Alex Karras, and they made them, they suspended them for even knowing someone who may actually have bet or booked an NFL game.
If you were known to have a friend group that had known gamblers in it, that could have gotten you suspended in football.
You can't even talk to them.
You can't even be friends with them. You couldn't even talk to them. They were such, pariah that you had to stay away from them.
Right.
So now the NFL, after all this time, after all the ridiculousness and standing up and the bloviating that was going on about how negative this is.
Did you say bloviating?
Yeah. Who said?
Outstanding.
Was it Vincent who said that gambling will kill football? Somebody said if sports betting were to be made legal, the sport of football would be killed. I think it was Faye Vincent who said that. And
Faye Vincent said that?
I think so. Am I positive?
Was it
but-
Bill Bradley? Was it Bill
No,
Bradley?
no, no. It was somebody. He was pretty big into it. He was against it big
Against
time, but he
gambling,
wasn't. He's
yeah.
basketball more than football.
Right.
And
Well, Faye Vincent was the commissioner of baseball when he said that.
oh,
about
sorry, that's
football.
15. I'm confusing it. So it wasn't famous. Who was the commissioner of football? Who said it was the commissioner?
Giamatti? No,
it was the
Giamatti.
NFL commissioner that when we were talking about said that
Paul
baseball.
wasn't
Really?
Pete Rozelle. Pete Rozelle was great.
I think it was Paul Tagliabue. I think
Okay.
Paul Tagliabue
Maybe.
was really, really anti. So now, after all of that, you legalize, you take all of the money, you get all these official partners, you put sports books inside of your stadiums.
Right inside.
So you're showing how in lockstep you are with legalization. You let
Of
books
course.
advertise all over your stadium. You
Yes.
name, entryways after sports books. And
Yes.
you name your suites after your sports books.
Yes.
Winfield Club is right down in Allegiant Stadium. And we're all in on this, pushing,
Right.
pushing, pushing. And now you're saying, wait, we have a problem. You need to fix it to the federal government.
We
I
need to
don't
have
under-
more resources. You read that article.
I don't understand.
It says that we need to allocate more resources to
Who does though? The federal, it's the federal government's responsibility to do this. Why? This is not a federal law. Like you went to the wrong place. Like, did anybody stop to tell the NFL that there is no law, federal law for sports betting in America? Like, do you want them to enforce the Wire Act? Because that is a bullshit idea if that's what you want them to do.
that's not going to work because every state is its own island as far as the sports gambling.
And that's what there's no federal bill besides the Wire Act that's currently on the books for sports gambling. And the Wire Act, in case you guys don't know, it is illegal to transfer sports betting information across state lines. So
Right.
you want to enforce that? Is that the idea? We're going to enforce that?
Who's going to get that job? That ain't going to be a good job. That ain't going to be a fun job because they're going to run into, you know what they're going to run to? A lot of, hello, I'm so-and-so from the so-and-so. Click.
Right.
Hello, send an email, delete. Ain't nobody what are they going to tell you? Like,
Such a bad idea.
it's a terrible idea. This sounds like this is a bad idea.
NFL needs, because otherwise the next step is when you say we want help from Congress, the next step is we want a federal sports gambling bill to be passed. That's the next step. And that's even a worse idea.
Oh, counselor, is that a viable possibility? I've talked to so many people in the space, and there's a bunch of people here this week,
Yes.
for Bet Bash, which is going to be one of my favorite things about today. But do you think we see that like in this decade? In the 20s?
I don't think it's passed, but a bill will be put. A federal sports betting bill is 100% going to make it out of committee and make it to a vote in the next 10 years. Yes.
Whoa.
And we're going to have to read it and look at it and digest it and see what it is. But I think you could see what England and what Canada has done with who is allowed to be on a sports betting advertisement.
Oh, we're
Soon.
never getting off late night.
Soon.
Yeah, if that situation occurs.
Soon. That's going to happen soon. That bill might not pass, but that's going to get put forth where no celebrity, nobody of influence. You can't use athletes. You can't use former
They
athletes.
won't come after us at the YouTube channel at Boston versus the Book, will they?
No, because we're not. It's fine.
Okay.
We're allowed to. We're in the media, but like,
Okay.
having Wayne Gretzky do a spot in America could soon be illegal. You're not allowed to do that. Not allowed to have him stand.
The
up there
irony of that is it didn't work anyway.
right, right.
Again,
But
these people,
but-
like, what's crazy? Like, I still see like the KG
Yeah.
commercials running, like where he's sitting in a
Right.
sauna and looking at his phone, coming up with the same game parlays. Not like he's really doing that. Like, come on, people, that didn't work anyway. You're saving them money by letting them do it.
well, it's for themselves. You're saving them from themselves, but they want to do it
Yeah.
because it has worked in other markets. It's worked. So we'll see what happens. USA today put out their predictions for every team in the NFL. This is a topic I've been waiting for all morning.
I didn't even I thought this was going to be a whole show tomorrow. Well, you said that, and you're like, oh, and then I responded to you on the Twitter at Sports Talk Matt, which people should follow, both you and myself at Sports BK Can Sig. And I was like, uh-oh. But I mean, you're going to get to the Raiders in a second, right? But do you see the Patriots record there? Let me put
That's on point. I don't have a problem with that record. That's a good prediction.
7-10.
Yeah, that Patriot record's not horrible.
What's that Steelers one say up there? I can't see that.
Steelers one's a joke. They're not going 11-6. That is not happening. The Chiefs and the Chiefs and the Steelers are not going to have the same record. Okay, you can name whatever you want to name right now. The Chiefs and the Steelers are not going to have the same record.
That's complete and utter bullshit.
Not happening. Steelers.
It'd be a great year in Pittsburgh if we had the same record as the Chiefs.
Ain't happening. Chiefs aren't going 11-6, and the Steelers aren't going 11-6. The Raiders aren't going 3-14. All right. They're not having the number 1 pick in the draft. It is not happening as a ridiculous prediction, as dead wrong. The Jags going 10-7 and winning the division, possible. Falcons and the Saints both going 9-8 and tying for the division, possible.
Fair.
Yeah. The Cardinals going 2-15. Oh my.
The Raiders 3-14 have a worse record than the Colts at 4-13.
Yes.
The Raiders are definitely going to win more game than the Colts.
Right.
No?
Yes, 100%. It's ridiculous. The Chiefs being the 3 seed in the AFC. I mean, really?
Well, that's not out of realm of possibility.
Oh, that's the Bengals are going 12-5, and we don't know about Joe Burrow.
Did they know about Joe Burrow when they put this out?
I don't know. It came out this morning, so I don't know. So I'm not sure. The Bucs going 5-12.
I agree with that.
That's back to reality for Tampa Bay.
That's bad. That's where they're
Bears.
I like Tampa Bay season wins.
The Bears, Packers, and Vikings are all going 7-10.
I think they just threw a bunch of stuff in a hat
and pulled it out.
And said,
I mean, look
for that NFC North.
AFC
11
North,
wins for the Lions.
Every team in the AFC North is going to be a double-digit win team.
It's the best division in football. It's not
Come
close.
on.
It's the best division in football.
No, the NFC East is still the best division in football.
The what?
NFC East is still the best division in football. Top to
With
bottom.
the Washington Commanders in there?
Tough. They're going to be. I think people sleep on the Commanders. Go ahead. I like Washington this year.
The Giants?
I like the Giants this year. Yeah.
You got the divisions right there. What? Let's ask the chat. That's what we love to do.
Mm-hmm.
What's the best division in football?
For competitiveness, not talent.
Best 4 teams, top to bottom. What's the best division in football?
North. Top to be that would be the North.
Is the best
but the most competitive conference, the most competitive division in football is always the NFC East. They haven't had back-to-back winners in that division in 20 years.
That is one of the weirdest stats that keeps happening.
Okay. So the Eagles aren't winning this division because they won it last year. So Cowboys to win the East is a very good bet. It's a very good bet. So they're just topsy-turvy like crazy. Top 4 teams, the North, are there, but the West is right behind them. I mean, I'm not
the AFC West.
The Chargers going 7-10 and the Broncos going 10-7 is lunacy.
Yeah, I don't know whose publicist put that out.
That's lunacy, okay? That is not happening. The Chargers are not going 3 games under 500, and the Broncos sure as fuck aren't going 10-7.
Sorry,
okay?
Will. We didn't even see that one coming. He's behind that thing, Will. I didn't see him coming.
Okay? That ain't happening. That is not happening, okay? I'm sorry. The Broncos might wind up 3-14 before the Raiders wind up 3-14, okay?
We got some people saying the AFC East is the best conference.
I mean, it has been.
Division.
It has been. But the Jets going 12-5, get off the acid, please.
That's some crazy.
Please do me a favor. Put down the acid because that trip is going to be rocky when you wake up. That is not happening. Okay. Straight up, no.
Oh, boy. JC from KC said reports are coming out that the players on the Commanders' offense are not buying into Bieniemy's coaching methods.
No, it's such, he's being harsh, whatever it might be.
He should be. They haven't been good.
Correct. Yes.
You got to be held accountable. That whole situation to sell the team and this and that, probably don't even know who's signing the checks yet. That's a hard situation to begin with. What's he going to go in there and say, "Oh, everything's going to be okay"? No, we got to change everything.
I'm gonna blow someone's mind here on the chat. Just FYI, so they're gonna tank for Caleb Williams. Okay, the Raiders are gonna tank for Caleb Williams. Don't be surprised if Drake May goes number 1 in the draft, not Caleb Williams. Just say this now. It's the 8th of August. Okay, next April. Okay,
say it again.
Don't be surprised if North Carolina quarterback Drake May doesn't go number 1 over Caleb Williams. That's going to be an unbelievable debate over the next. Wow. We haven't seen a back-to-back Heisman Trophy winner since Archie Griffin in 1975 with Ohio State.
Very good.
And Drake May with a new offensive coordinator and a quarterback coach who's worked with Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. If the receivers develop like they're supposed to, he's got 2 stud running backs, a really good offensive line. He's going to put up bonkers numbers.
Bonkers.
And he's bigger. And he is more of a prototypical quarterback today. I know everyone makes the Mahomes comparison with Caleb Williams. I understand that point. He's got a couple of really big games he's going to have to prove himself to. And if Drake May takes North Carolina and either beats Clemson or comes close to beating Clemson this season, or puts up huge numbers against that Clemson defense, there's going to be some people who are going to say that Drake May is the better quarterback prospect in the NFL than Caleb Williams. So the tanking for Williams before everyone's saying, "Oh, they're going to," it may not be tanking for Williams. It might be tanking for one of the two, but your top 2 picks in next April's draft will be Caleb Williams and Drake May. The order is going to be very fun to watch.
Wow. Okay.
Very, very fun to watch the 2 guys. And North
Does
Carolina.
North Carolina have a successful season?
They should. Yeah. I mean, they opened up 9-1 last year, and then they lost their last 4 games. The wheels fell off. But
9-1, they played 15 games. What are you talking about?
the bowl game. They lost their bowl game.
Oh.
So they lost. They played 12 games. So what was it? They lost a lot. They opened up 9-1, lost the last 4 games. They went 9-4. They played 14 games. That's too many. Because did they play in the ACC championship game?
No, I don't think so.
Hold on.
I don't know.
I want to pull this up because
Mikey Awesome's checking in. He's at the movies with the family. Hi, Mikey.
What is
you
he
have
seeing?
to go back and watch the show because I did a Rapper's Delight special for you.
What movie? I want to know what movie.
Mikey Awesome. The chat wants to know what movie you're at, Mikey. You think he's at Oppenheimer?
Oppenheimer, really?
I'm guessing. He hasn't said, but I'm guessing that's what
I'm saying.
Not
Hotel. I'm going to say Hotel Transylvania.
Oh,
I'm going to say that the new Disney horror movie. Hold on. Let's see. North Carolina last year. North Carolina. So in 2022, they opened up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They opened up 9-1 and they lost their last 4 games. Yeah, they lost. Yeah, they played Clemson on December the 3rd. Was that the ACC title game? Lost 39-10. Right? That was a title game. They got thumped by Clemson.
I don't remember.
Yeah, because they played NC State in the last game, or because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 games. Yeah, they played 14 games.
Who'd they lose to in a bowl game? What is it?
Oregon, 28-27.
Oh, that was a big game.
Oregon didn't play anybody. Remember that?
Yeah.
And May didn't play great. Only threw for 206 yards in that game. But that's going to be their schedule this year. We didn't do North Carolina's schedule, but they have a very favorable schedule this season, all the way until they play Clemson on the road. But they
Haunted
could be
Mansion is the name of the movie that he was at. Haunted Mansion.
I was right. Look at that.
He's going to see Ninja Turtles. He's doing a double.
Oh gosh,
today.
Look at that. Yeah, they play South Carolina, Appalachian State, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Syracuse, Miami, Virginia, Georgia Tech, Campbell, Duke before they play Clemson.
He's going to be undefeated going into that game?
Yes. And he's going to have huge numbers, like
wow,
bonkers numbers. So, I mean, I think at 16-1, I think Drake May to win the Heisman Trophy is a good bet right now.
It's going to give you some run. Excuse me, if you think they're going to go undefeated, that number's going to just go down.
Way down.
As long as he's playing. I mean, he's going to get the single digits.
1975. And Caleb Williams gets hit. So you get hurt on top of that. His offensive line, he may get clipped at USC, and he may not end the year. So we'll see on that. It is time now for the Circa Sports NFL Team of the Day. Circa Sports, you have the Circa Million, Circa Survivor, a lot going on this week with Bet Bash going in. $1,000 entry gets you guys into either the Survivor or gets you into the Million contest. $14 million in prizes up for grabs. $8 million for the Survivor, $6 million for Circa Million. 5 teams every week against the spread, or 1 pick every single week just to win the game. Circa Survivor. More information, go to circasports.com. Today, team of the day, we are talking about the New Orleans Saints today. 32 teams and 32 shows. Win total is 9.5. The under is juiced -125. Last year, 7-10. The New Orleans Saints are the odds-on favorite to win the division over the Falcons, which we talked about yesterday as we run through the Pro Football Focus top teams of top to bottom, or bottom to top, here on the show.
So you did not put the NFC South together. This is the way they were ranked.
Correct.
We're only on the 5th from the bottom.
Correct. We've got 3 of them already. 3 teams already.
This is the team with the best record in the division.
Panthers, Falcons, and the Saints, all in order.
Where are the Buccaneers?
Didn't we already do them? No, they're up. Yeah, they're up. They're on 20. They're high on them. They're way higher than everybody else.
I can't wait to get.
They have them like 20s, 22, 23, somewhere in there, in that range.
That's incredible to me. But the fact that the other 3 are in the bottom 5 of the league, that has the winning record of the team that wins this division is, I'm not saying guaranteed. It's 8-9 or worse, is it not?
Probably, yeah.
They beat each other up.
New Orleans has reason to be excited. New Orleans has arguably the easiest schedule in the NFL, according to Pro Football Network.
Yeah. I saw that in the rundown. That was good.
Concerned?
What else is there? What else is there to be? Okay. That was a 1-sentencer. That was it.
There's not much to be excited. I mean, in terms of like the win total going over 9.5, it's the schedule. Other than that, there's no other reason to be excited. They win 10 games. Because I'm not in love with their schedule. Kamara is going to get suspended for 3 games. You got to be concerned about Derek Carr, new quarterback. What does he look like? The offensive line, the defense is going to be good, but how good is going to be a big question. Let's see if we can go ahead and find 10 wins for the New Orleans Saints. I'm not so sure you can find 10 wins in this schedule for the New Orleans Saints, but they do have the easiest schedule. They open up, Dave, at home against Tennessee.
Tougher game than people think. What's the line?
It's got to be Tennessee. I'm going to say New Orleans favored by 3.
That's probably not a bad line, Perrault. It's dead on balls accurate, actually. That's the exact number. 3-41.
Okay. Yeah.
Lowest total of the week.
Tough game to start.
Oh, no, there's one other 41. Pittsburgh at San Francisco. That's legit. Arizona, Washington, 40. Ooh, this first week is terrible. I'll say win.
Yeah, win. At Carolina.
Lose.
Loss. At Green Bay.
Lose.
Loss. Home for Tampa.
Win.
Yeah, 2-2 start. At New England.
Day game? Let's see.
Yeah.
Day game, or is that a night game?
1:00 Eastern. Yep.
They're losing that game.
Agreed. At Houston.
I think they'll lose that game.
I'll say they win. I'll give them 3. Home for Jacksonville.
They'll win that game.
Loss.
That's a Thursday nighter.
Yeah, it's
the
a loss.
Thursday night home games. The home team wins more often than not. That's a win.
True.
I got 3.
I like Jacksonville. At Indianapolis.
They'll win that game.
Agreed. 4. Home for Chicago.
They'll win that game.
5. At Minnesota.
Lose.
At Atlanta.
Did they split? I'll say they lose the road game, win the home game. So I got
Agreed.
5 still.
Home for Detroit.
A lot of people love Detroit. Detroit will win that game. I'm stuck on 5.
Me too. Home for Carolina.
Win that game.
6. Home for New York. Giants.
Tough one. I'll say they win that game. 7.
I'm going to say they lose that game because I have them beating the Rams on the road.
Okay, I'll say they win the Rams game too. I got 8.
So I have 7 at Tampa.
No, lose.
Home for Atlanta.
Home for Atlanta is a coin flip. That I say they win it.
Me
They can get 9. What's
8.
the total?
9.5.
Juiced under?
Yep, minus 125.
These numbers are so hard. I mean, like they're not. I don't think they're hard to make. They're hard to bet.
Right.
I thought making them was one of the. I mean, it's a fun thing to do when you work in a risk room, but it's an improvement if they win 9 games from last year.
Right.
I think they have more questions than answers. If healthy, they could light up some scores. They could score a lot of points, but I don't know. Under.
We got
you like under?
I like under. We got to fly here over the next 9 minutes so I can go and get there. Oops, wrong one. Hold on. Wait. Brigade Proxy service. This can be pretty quick here for us. 702-570-8255. We've got phone calls and text messages. If you've already sent it today, we will get back to you right when the show is over. We for sure. You read this. I was just bringing this up, not to read it, not to mention it, but just to say congratulations to Peter King on a hell of a run. The MMQB article, the last one, ran yesterday on SI.com. First time he wrote that was in 2014, and it quickly became the article to read on Monday morning about the NFL, rumors, teams, interviews with players. Incredible work for Peter King. Best of luck with whatever he goes and does next. But he had a lot of thank yous in that article. It was pretty cool.
A lot of thank yous. It was a reminder of something that I read it every week. I found it to be informative. I found it to be entertaining. I love reading good writing, and I thought it was good writing. And the last one was perfect because as you close a chapter in your life that is your life, thanking the people that got you there shows a lot about the type of person you are. Whether you agree or disagree with them and all of everything else that, Peter King is this, Peter King is that. I'm not here to say any of that. Go read the column. It was pretty good.
Column's phenomenal. I mean, he says thank you to you see how he did his job. You see how he was able to do his job because of the people he talked to, who he had connections to, who he had relationships with. Really, really good stuff there. So congrats to Peter King on a hell of a run. One more story before we get to bet it or book it. If you were the Pac-4, the 4 teams left over, ACC, AAC, or Mountain West Conference, who would you join with?
Am I biased if I say Mountain West because we're here?
No, it's the easiest path.
It seems so obvious to me.
This is not even an argument. It's not even the ACC thing is the dumbest thing. I was like, the ACC.
What does that?
Is stupid. Like, what are we?
Right.
That's dumb. The Mountain West Conference is easily the selection you go with. I mean, not even a question in my mind. You do this.
I don't think it. I saw the ACC would even talk to them, and I'm like, why?
Right.
I don't get it. So we can talk about that more tomorrow. We'll just keep it moving, but I don't see it. It's so obvious to me that it's the Mountain West that I feel like I'm missing something.
Dumb. That's the word. It's just dumb. Talking about the ACC is absolutely dumb. As in sports,
I didn't know it was coming. You're pushing all these buttons in the music. I did it again. A jump scare. Huh.
You guys are getting the full show today, all encompassing here because I have an appointment that I have to get to. So we're going to do all enclosed here in a tight little.
Get another haircut?
I'm not. Madeline is for school tomorrow. So.
Oh, that's right.
It's first day of school for hers tomorrow, even though your kids are back. Mine's not.
We got the haircut Sunday. That's good.
Braves on the run line. It's your Pirates.
I feel like you did something here personal, but Keller's been
Bad.
abysmal since the All-Star break. This is Braves and over. I'll people in Pittsburgh, if you're watching, don't get mad at me. Bet it. I like the over. And the over 2.5 home runs in a game on a Bet Rivers app.
Over 9.5 Braves minus 115.
Yeah, it's 10 now.
Oh, good.
It's the 9.5s are gone.
Okay, sorry. So
It's 10 over minus 15, minus 20. I don't know who got that 9.5.
Me,
wink,
last
wink.
night.
Well,
here is the last one is the biggest wink wink of them all. You have got to explain to me how in the holy hell I got this number at 9 minus 110 last night. The Braves, the Dodgers game today. What's the number now? It has to have exploded.
9.5.
That's it. I'd even hammer that even more.
No, it's 9.5. There's one place left at Caesars, 9 over minus 20. But otherwise, it's 9.5 with under minus money.
What do we? Okay, how do you say PFAADT? How do you say this kid's name? Brandon what?
Fat.
I don't know how to say it. Okay, he at home has an 8.86 ERA.
Not good, right?
Opposing batting average of 344.
That's not good.
21 earned runs given up in 21 innings worth of work at home.
Same number of earned runs as innings is definitely not good.
Okay. He had, I get it, his start at home against Seattle last time out wasn't awful. 5 2/3, 3 earned runs. But before that at home, he went 2 innings and gave up 6 earned runs to the Tampa Bay Rays. Against the Red Sox, he went 3 2/3 and gave up 5 earned runs.
Not good.
Against the Red Sox. He's going up against Julio Urias, who on the road is not good at all.
He's giving up a lot of runs.
7.88 ERA on the road, 2-5 with an opposing batting average of 309 with 33 earned runs given up in 37 2/3 innings worth of work.
Not
the
good.
Dodgers are by far the number 1 over team in baseball on the road. They just went to the Padres, all 4 games, flew the fuck over.
Over. Sorry, Will.
And over. And over.
And over.
What are the books doing? How is this 9?
Why are you yelling at me?
I don't know. You're the book in this equation.
I am, but I didn't put this number up. Sometimes the numbers are wrong. Do what Otto says. Otto's in the chat. Say thank you and just move on. It's going over.
The craziest line of the day. I don't understand it. Fishy line, whatever the hell you want to call it. What are you watching?
Don't use the fishy line.
I'm just saying, whatever the hell. I don't.
These other people use the fishy line.
I know.
That's their thing.
Yeah, but I don't. I never use it. I'm just saying. I don't understand. Better in your book 9 Dodgers.
Over. We're betting this until I'm going to go on MLB Network and tell Irizarry that you said that this is over. This is over. I'm going to say, yes, we did BVB today in the Dodger game over because the Dodgers go over. What's the official stat that I should tell him?
The official stat?
5 in a row?
Oh, wait, it's more than that. Hold on. The Dodgers on the road this season to the over. They are 37, 17, and 3. That is 68.5% of the time.
37 and what?
37, 17, and 3 to the over.
Okay.
On the road.
Over on road. Okay. And
in terms of
in a row?
Overs in a row, let's see. They've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games overall have gone over.
Okay. That's good.
For the Dodgers.
Oh, well.
And the pitching matchup is Gas Can Central.
I'm not going to say that on the MLB Network. Okay. I'm not going to use that.
There's a brush fire at home plate, and these dudes are dumping kerosene on it, and a flamethrower is going to come back at them when they throw the ball at the plate.
Yes.
Favorite thing about today is what?
2 for the late arriving crowd. We're going to do it again, Perrault, real fast because it's only 30 seconds.
All right.
All right. Real fast. Rapper's Delight. So far, you've heard my voice, but I brought 2 friends along. And next on the mic is my man, Hank. Come on, Hank, sing that song. Check it out. I'm the CASAN, the OVA, and the rest is FLY. You see, I go by the code of the Doctor of the Mix, and these reasons I'll tell you why. You see, I'm 6'1" and I'm tons of fun, and I dress to a D. You see, I got more clothes than Muhammad Ali, and I dress so viciously. I got bodyguards. I got 2 big cars that definitely ain't the whack. I got a Lincoln Continental and a sunroof Cadillac. So after school, I take a dip in the pool, which is really on the wall. I got a color TV so I can see the Knicks play basketball. Hear me talk about checkbooks, credit cards, more money than a sucker could ever spend. But I wouldn't give a sucker or a bum from the rucker not a dime till I made it again. Everybody go hotel, motel. What you gonna do today? Say what? Because I'm going to get a fly girl, going to get some foot and drive off into Def OJ. That's my favorite thing about today, along with the guys in town for Bet Bash. If you're watching the show, I'll see you. Me and Perrault will see you. Sign up for the contest at the Brigade Proxy service, 702-570-8255. Go get your haircut, son.
Very cool. Bye, guys. Appreciate it. Back tomorrow. Everything was a lot of fun today. We appreciate you guys being here. Normal time tomorrow, about 1:15 Eastern time start.